Hello, beautiful people on YouTube. Hope you are doing well. My name is Gina. Today, I did not forget to introduce myself. So if this is your first time come across my channel, hi, and nice to meet you. This channel, mainly for the podcast, but I realize I use this channel more to share the realization and the downloads and all the teachings. So today, I'm going to talk about another topic actually, is also from a little discussion from one of the comments someone dearly made on the YouTube channel. So I made a video talking about how to stay present. So you can check that video. I just released it today. And we also talk about, he mentioned something about self-love. And I was like, yeah, I can make another video on this topic, right? I might post different posts and also my self-healing journey a lot on my understanding of self-love, but I never really make a video talking about self-love. So just let you guys know, I have no idea how this message is gonna go, but I'm gonna be radical, honest, and transparent with you guys and talking about the self-love, how I practice that, what's my definition and my personal experience of how to practice self-love. First of all, self-love and self-care is totally different thing, okay? Now, in the self-love, you can incorporate self-care, okay? A lot of time, I think people are talking about the self-care. Self-care is part of the self-love, taking care of yourself, your physical, right? Care about your physically, care about you emotionally, care about you mentally, spiritually, financially, however, right? So this gonna shows, self-care, go to spa, right? Take care of your physical hygiene, emotional care, whether you are taking care of your emotional. Are you try to numb yourself? Okay? Are you try to pull yourself away from your emotions? Okay? So those are self-care. Maybe you have different definition. It's all right. However, when we're talking about self-love, it's a little bit deeper. And how deeper it is, let me use my personal experience or how I navigate. So it's from me. So if it resonate, take it. If not resonate, move on. Okay. And also you can share how you practice self-love. Now, self-love requires certain degree of honest and transparent and acceptance towards yourself. Self-love, why we call self-love, is mean we love ourselves, right? If you have a certain area that you're judging yourself, you ashamed you because of what you did, you self-guilt, blame, self-sabotage, those are the things that we are talking about, that when we are criticize ourselves, judge ourselves, all the things I just mentioned, during practicing self-love, you're gonna encounter all of those things. And we basically need to look into every single thing I just mentioned and to figure out why we judge ourselves. What do we judge ourselves? Where does this judgment initially come from? And can I love this part of myself? If something you did dirty to other people, did something wrong, self-blame, right? Can you love yourself, this part of you that actually did something dirty to other people? Can you forgive yourself? So when we practice self-love, it's not just the surface level of go to the spa, go to the massage. This is self-care. You care about that. But self-love, that's why I say self-care is part of self-love, right? Of course, you need to care yourself. If you don't even care yourself, how can you love yourself, right? So that's a part of that. But self-love, it's go deeper, and literally you have to face your feelings. And you have to face your shadow, and not just face your shadow. You gotta love your shadow, And you ask me, Gina, how can I love my shadow? I don't like myself. I did this, I did that, and I carry this, you know, or other people did you wrong, right? And you feel like you are deep in this victimhood, right? Because people maybe take things away from your life. Maybe, you know, let's, for example, in the marriage, right? Let's say a woman, a guy, it doesn't really matter. Let's say you put a couple years in the marriage and you full-time completely devoted to be this full-time mom, and you give up, you know, sacrifice your career. And when one day the relationship didn't work, and the person, your significant partner at that time, maybe did you pretty dirty because, you know, since he makes the income, he has more money, he might fire a lawyer and did everything on his favor and put you in a situation, right? You carry this anger, you carry this blame and shame. You even blame yourself why you married this person, why you married this person, why you did not see this red flag at the first place, right? So those are also when you practice self-love. Can you forgive the person who made a decision to marry this person? Can you forgive this part of you that actually, that's her devotion to be home to take care of babies? Can you forgive and welcome this part of you saying sorry that you have been through so much, that I love you, I still love you, right? We went through so much, so deep, this trauma, the hard time, but I still love you. Those are the self-love, the deep loving yourself, accepting yourself. Now, when we practice self-love, we also require this radical truth, a radical honesty with yourself. Sometimes we are like, we tend to a certain degree, because maybe that thing is so deep, it hurts so bad, and something is you think about so wrong. So you sometimes, you know, have this resistance to go deep enough. And it's when you are practicing self-love, there are certain conversation need to be done. Some hard conversation, some confession need to be done. You need to mend the relationship. Because if you love yourself enough, sometimes you have to say no to the people that you usually don't say it, because you love yourself. You love yourself, you won't allow yourself to step into the similar old patterns again. So it's really hard to break through these addictions and obsession and attachment, because you love yourself completely, wholly, that when other people did you wrong, because you love yourself, it's hard to let it go, right? Because you think about it, if people are angry towards you, you know, before they will throw this tantrum or lash out towards you, before you still try to figure out who's right, who's wrong, step into argument and this and that, because you love yourself. You're not gonna get yourself into this kind of argument anymore. But it's hard, because which means that you have to disengage this energy and walk away. But sometimes you have so many things you just want to say, right? Especially people get really upset, say some words, you're like, what the heck, why you're saying that? You really want to fight back, but because you love yourself, it's hard to step away. Trust me. And because you love yourself, a lot of the toxic relationship or unhealthy relationship, let's say unhealthy relationship, unhealthy pattern you see from the relationship with other people, you do not want to engage that, because you know what's going to happen if you step into that relationship. You're going to repeat that pattern. It's not going to end up good, right? So sometimes it's so hard to even compromise with yourself, you and yourself, basically, in a relationship that on the same page. You know, sometimes you can talk yourself out of a situation because you love yourself so much. You don't do that anymore. You will not allow yourself, you talk yourself out of that. And when you love yourself enough, guess what? Also, if you made a decision, you're going to be fully take this full accountability and take a full ownership for the relationship, for the decisions you're going to make. Okay? So those are just a few my experience of when I'm practicing self-love. It's not easy. I would say sometimes actual situation is way harder than you not practicing self-love. Because when you're not practicing self-love, you just slip right into the old pattern. You just slip right into that unhealthy relationship. You just slip right into this people pleasing, and you just slip into this compromising. You don't stand on your ground. Practicing self-love is a practice of being sovereign. It's a practice of calling your power back, reclaim your power. Practicing self-love is help you to grow the self-confidence and face your own shadow, which means the part you do not see yourself worthy or good enough, or whatever the judgment you hold towards yourself, self-anger. Okay? Self-love practicing is very important. It's not easy, but it will reward you greater, because if you love yourself enough, you will not get into those certain situations, and those situations will not even, you will not find yourself in the situation, one thing, and also usually those kind of situations will not be in your life. Same thing, because you don't have that energy anymore. So practicing self-love, which means you accept the whole version of you, the good one, the bad one, ugly one, rainbow sunshine one, all of you. John Legend, right? All of me. Can you accept the all of you? The beautiful, vibrant, the different aspects you. The goofy ones, the silly ones, the mad one, the worry woman ones, the queen version we use, the king version we use, the playful inner child, the hummingbird of you, the eagle of you, the serpent of you, bear version of you, any version of you. So hopefully this video helps, and let me know. And also, if you want to working on to break the older patterns, limiting beliefs, if you want to working on the self-anger, self-judgment, the older stories you carry, the narrative you carry, there's different practice there. I said it. It's since I do healing work, and there's a lot of practice. Meditating helps, okay, definitely, but meditation itself, this word is such a misleading word, but we can talk about another video about meditation. But journaling helps, okay, meditation helps, theta healing, working on limiting belief helps, breath work helps, help you to face that moment of the emotions, help you to stay present. So stay present and self-love actually pretty close, not pretty close, they are pretty related to each other. If you're interested, go back to watch that being present video, and let me know if there anything that I can support you. I love you guys so much. Have a beautiful day.